Team China and Team Japan, women's team, are always the two best teams in the world. Each time, they will play against each other in the final. This is the final of women's team in 2025. Let's see who will win. In the final of the ITTF Mixed Team World Cup 2025, Team China plays against Team Japan again in the final. In the semi-final, Team China defeated Team Korea, and Team Japan defeated Team Germany.
You keep it at how you strategize your attack and can win over such a high pressure match so easily.
Yes, and at the moment all the pressure will be on the Japanese unit here, and to shoulder or take the burden of that responsibility is Hina Hayata, who, as you will remember, did not play the semi-final but was a really important player for them in that quarter-final against DPR Korea.
Yes, you rightly said, Hina didn't play in the semi-finals there, and that was quite a change Japan brought to give more experience to other players, and still managed to reach the finals though.
The interesting bit is that Hina Hayata and Kwai Man have never played each other. They've never faced each other, and this will be the first time that they are taking on one another at the highest level of table tennis. The Olympic singles bronze medalist Hina Hayata up against Kwai Man.
Love to talk about a little bit onto the back end stage side, something what you can't see. Miwa just has gone behind along with the pack of eyes, certainly to cool down her mind, and lot hopes will be there on Hina Hayata, quite an experienced player, a lefty and a righty combination, so you can expect lot more spin and speed. Both are lefty players, sorry. So it will be spin versus spin and power versus power, and yesterday something what we saw in Japan versus China match, Wang Chuqin versus Sora. Sora completely dominated Wang Chuqin with the ripping backhand and to the forehand. And Hina, the way, let me also tell something to fans. Lin She-dong played such a critical role that Hina Hayata is playing today. China was 2-0 down. Lin She-dong came and changed the rhythm, and China bounced back and saved the Great Wall of China against Land of Rising Sun.
Oh yes, absolutely. And at the time it looked like, especially after the Japanese player had taken that first game and that third match, you would have thought that they are going to maybe just wrap things up and move ahead, but it wasn't to be. Now it's going to be Kwai Man. Kwai Man is 21 years old, ranked 4th in the world. Hina Hayata goes long, and Kwai Man gets the first point. Hina Hayata, the reigning bronze medalist from the Olympics in the singles, and she was also a part of the Japanese women's team that won the silver. Misses that. Hina Hayata getting that early lead. The first point was won by Kwai Man, but since then it's Hina Hayata with 3. And yes, she's got to do what Lin She-dong did for the Chinese men yesterday, with China 2-0 down. And that is exactly what my friend here, Sachin, told all of us. All eyes on this third match, and shouldering the Japanese hopes is Hina Hayata. That was fantastic She placed it so well, and it was way out of Kwai Man's reach. Kwai Man yet to win an Olympic medal but has done well in other events. Tries to go for the backhand block, but that's gone out, and an early initiative taken by Hina Hayata.
Something she's expected to do right now for Japan. 5-2, good lead here. A bit displaced. Man with that beautiful backhand. Bit in the center. Oh, she wanted to go for that flick. She was tempted. You could see Hina was not very happy.
A very good forehand. Earlier she had dished out a forehand winner on the other side though. This time it was down the line onto the body, and she's gone 2 points up there. Hina Hayata really rallying and trying to find the kind of inspiration that Japan needs to bounce back here. And that's moved ahead as well, the scoreboard. That is in favor of Hina. Looking at the serve success, Kwai Man 60%, Hina Hayata 83%. But remember, it's early days, it's only the first game. In fact, we'll keep looking at these percentages as the match progresses.
Absolutely, as the match would progress. These are early stats, angles and the spins are always mirrored. So you could see that in the second game, Kwai can come back with different services.
No doubt about that, and you can just... Oh, that's just taken the net by the looks of things, and it's gone on to Kwai's body. Again, neck and neck, just a little bit like the previous match as well. In the first game we saw that, but one just gets the sense that Hina Hayata has got good rhythm. That's gone out. Well, looking at what Hina Hayata has done in this competition, as you may remember, she didn't play the semi-final, Sachin, but in that thriller of a quarter-final against DPR Korea, she lost against Kim Kum-yong, but Kim Kum-yong was in such form she could have beaten anybody. And again, Hina Hayata. Is this the moment that Japan just rekindle those hopes? So when it mattered really, and she had to play that fifth match, she turned it on and won that 3-1 against Cha Soo-young. So Hina Hayata, the Olympic bronze medalist, is definitely a very dependable player, one can say.
And yes, the other strategy could be that you don't want to expose the best team in the world, and brought this sudden change by bringing Hina Hayata such a critical position.
Odo Satsuki had played in her place. Tried to go for the backhand, but that's gone onto the net.
She was trying for that spinny second line backhand on down the line.
Sachin, just in terms of flair or anything, what do you like to watch? Lefty versus lefty, or pen holder grip versus pen holder grip? That's gone out, and she's got a game point. I'm going to hold you to that question.
Talking about the pen holder right now, Hina Hayata trying to pen down the first game with 3 game points. Oh,
there was a wide open corner, and that was very well hit by Kwai. Sometimes even when, say, you're facing the pressure and you are up against it, in the sense that you do not have, like, you're in fact, you have conceded a game point and such an opportunity presents itself, you still need to execute, and that's exactly what Kwai Man did there very well.
I would say that Kwai is quietly trying to close the lead here.
She's got to wait for the next game, because this game has gone for Hina Hayata. And now with this game going in her favor, this is the first game that Japan have won since the first game of the first match. Now in this third match, which is ever so critical for the defending champions, Japan, courtesy Hina Hayata, have gone 1-love up.
Yes, Hina Hayata proved to the coach that you have betted the right person there. I'm the person who's going to do and fit for this high pressure situation, and let's see how Hina is putting opponent under pressure with a serve lot more in the center and also a deep shot backhand there, not giving much room to Kwai to go for backhand. That's a clear-cut strategy, that even if you turn around, you'd be only receiving the ball rather than playing more spin attack. I've just noticed one thing, Nishad, that unlike the lot more players who are using much bigger towels, Kwai has a pretty short and small, concise towel.
It could be comfort, could be superstition, we wouldn't know. We may have to go and ask her. Hina Hayata, 1-0 up, is going to serve in the second match. Tried to flick it over there.
Hina Hayata continuing the momentum, opening her up account.
And now Kwai gets to open her account as that backhand lands wide of the table. This time onto the net. So early bit of momentum here for Kwai Man.
Definitely Kwai would want to get some early bonus points here, so that yes, she is slowly getting the control back from Hina Hayata.
Gradually she's gotten that control, of course, but it's still very early in the second game. We remember what happened in the first match. Tried to roll the racket a little bit, tried to use that flick with the wrist, but only managed to hit it onto the net.
Hina to serve. It's 2-3. And with this deceptive serve in the center, she's got the 3-all. Services are so important to gain control over to the opponent, because that's the only thing, that's the only time you can have some bit of control over to the movement that you can have over opponent and the opponent's receive. Otherwise, you just have to defend, you have to have strong receive. Look at this, both the players are now playing mind game. Hina is a bit confused. What happened? She looked up. What happened? How did I miss this?
Got to put that past, as I said. Got to have goldfish memory.
Oh, just beautifully timed in the body, not gave enough room to Kwai to convert that loopy backhand into a forehand.
Well, word just coming in. Both China and Hong Kong China have announced their lineups for the men's final. We will come back to that after this point. You can hear the roar. Hina Hayata has just now moved to 5-4. So yes, talking about the men's final, Lin Shidong is placed number 1 by China today. And Lian Jinkun is going to play the third match. Interesting. But currently channelizing her inner Lin Shidong is Hina Hayata.
Or I would say Sora, she being a lefty and Sora being a lefty.
Now the serve success again. We had a look at that in the first game, and now it's moved up to 75 for Kwai and 83 for Hina. Not much to choose.
Not much of a difference, because both the players are suiting the angles and the spins are suiting to each other. Oh, that's a quite hard line, spinny backhand. Hina looks so confident from the body language.
Very confident, and you can just sense that she's brought in that energy for the Japanese contingent.
The way she came back from behind looks like now I'm ready for the more points here. No, she got to wait here.
That was actually a good riposte by Kwai, just the way that she returned it. Now a towel break, totaling up, obviously. Now every 6 points you get to do that. 7 plus 5 equal to 12. A let serve.
Pin drop silence. Class is going on. And with that class serve and the class 4 in Hina Hayata. 3 points lead over Kwai.
3-point lead. Hina Hayata just sensing that maybe she's gotten the momentum and the energy. Hina Hayata has got 86% of success on her serves. That's gone out. Why has she put her hand up?
Again, lucky point there.
Oh.
Hina is constantly pushing her. Even though she's leading, she's expecting more and more out of her. That's quite a class here. And when you know that you are in the rhythm, even you lose 1 or 2 points here and there, your body language and to the mind doesn't matter. Look at the Hina Hayata.
Yes.
Absolutely. In control, in center, on your screens.
It's so much about staying present. Staying present within the present. That point yet again off the backhand. It's gone out. But anyways, with these two serves coming up, Hina Hayata has got the opportunity to capitalize on them and go 2-love up.
Quite a long high toss.
She's lost a few in a row. That's in fact, if anything, 3 points in a row and a timeout being called. This is interesting. In the second game itself, we are going into a timeout, and it is a Japanese timeout by the looks of things. Her teammates just getting around her. And the coach.
No matter what happens, no matter what the situation, one thing is assured to the fans, that you would always see Miwa Harimoto smiling, keeping the corner absolutely right. Even though you see that coach is being right now very, very serious, something the way yesterday Wang Hao was.
Yeah, but Wang Hao wasn't as animated as well. The Japanese coach also is a little bit more animated in comparison, but you would still put him on the lower end of the scale.
I would say I am seeing a mirror image here. You could see Chinese coach not being under pressure as compare something what we have seen from the coach of Japan. Yesterday he was absolutely calm, standing there like a god, like a Buddha.
I also feel that it's a Chinese superstition that whenever there's a timeout, the coach has to hold a water bottle in their hand.
That's one pretty good observation though.
In fact, there was one phase where Wang Hao had 2 of them, one in each hand, and that was when they were really facing a pressure cooker situation against Japan. Japan had gone 2-0 up, of course. In the men's competition I'm talking about, a thrilling and a wonderful semi-final that we witnessed last night here at the Kalinga Stadium. A high toss to begin. It's a let. And somehow Kwai Man is sneaking back into this contest. It was 9-5 in Hina Hayata's favor. Now it's 9-all.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have just seen a thriller here with so much of suspense. And now it's a Hayata is not giving up. Not giving up. After this 4 points in a row, she broke the rhythm. Kwai is still quiet on this decisive point. It can go either ways.
Yes, a very calm disposition there, Kwai. Well, just as I said that she celebrates that point because it's now into a deuce. It's 10 all. And Hina Hayata will serve. And just as a reminder for all our viewers, the serves will keep switching between the two after we move into double figures in tandem. Initially, that was a good block by Hina Hayata. But then that forehand winner by Kwai Man, making room for herself and placed it very well. It zoomed past Hina Hayata. And now Kwai Man has got game point to level things here in this third match. She has leveled it. Hina Hayata was leading for a majority of that second game, but now it's 1-all in the third match. Overall, it's China leading 2-0, and it looks like the defending champions are hanging by a thread here in the final.
Yes, and this third game is going to be a trendsetter. Hina Hayata playing a very, very important role. Kwai just got the entire game from the clutch of the hands of Hina Hayata. Not an easy job, quite a job she has done. I'm sure at the corner, Hina would be discussing what happened there. I just don't know. I was in control of each and every shot. I was trying hard.
Yes, she did try hard, but just somewhere made a few errors that she could have avoided, and which in the end was like the window that you open and allow someone in. And when it's a team like China, the kind of mindset that they have, be it the men or women, they know how to capitalize on that. Look at, if you want an example, don't look beyond yesterday's semi-final in the men's category when they were 2-0 down and then they bounced back.
Hina attentive like a student.
But full marks to Kwai for that return.
Kwai has been waiting for this moment so that she can dominate, and that stroke is no less than a dominating mind there. Look at this, another stroke. She's jumping there, pumping there, left, down the line, cross court. She's doing everything, whatever she has got now.
And look at the variation in the forehand. To begin with, earlier she had invited Hina towards her forehand, and then it was onto the back of the next point.
Okay, now this time luck belongs to China.
Yes, she put her hand up immediately. An early lead, a psychological advantage. Kwai Man trying to sneak back in. With that pace, Kwai wasn't able to control that, and it's a point to Hina as she opens her account in this third game.
Kwai to serve. Oh, Hina wanted to go for a ripping backhand there. She could see that Kwai has got the first opening. I won't allow her to dominate.
This is now a stage where Hina Hayata really has to produce her best, but at the other end is the world number 5 Kwai Man, who's equal to the task, if not better. She just leaned forward and put it and thundered it across. This is a performance from the Chinese to indicate that they are well and truly the champs of the world.
They're writing the comeback story here. Hina Hayata, after a long silence, she got that point. 2-5.
Also, it's about the history, right? Japan and China have played some amazing matches in both the men's
Oh,
and
Hina
women's
wanted
category.
to go for that spinny attack. Kwai kept it very, very short. There was a bit of a suspense hanging in the air before that she hits a backhand.
Well, I would say just as table tennis lovers, we would want more and more of these matches, of course. Today here we just have two of them, and the Chinese just exult because possibly sense that Wang Manyu has found her touch, found her form and the space. She really doesn't need to be told anything. Seems to be in control. Having lost that first game, the second one she managed to get it back. Stole it from Hina's clutches, and right now, after stealing it, she's running away with it quite possibly. Misses that one though. The intention and the idea was right, that she wanted to place it towards Hina Hayata's forehand.
Yes, Kwai is putting a lot more pressure there, displacing Hina Hayata, leading by 3 points. Can Hina Hayata come back from here and write a new script? 1 point, 4-7.
Yes, Kwai Man at 7-4. Oh, just say sorry there, Kwai Man. Kwai Man getting that rhythm that she wanted, and she's got a 4-point lead.
China getting that point clearly indicates that they are in urgency to close this game and win the match.
Yes. Well, when we look at the schedule, at 5:30 p.m. local time, we've got the men's final scheduled, and yes, she's in a hurry, Kwai Man. Again, I wasn't looking at the monitor, I was looking there on the table, and that was hit with some power.
Kwai for 6 game point. Oh, beautiful opening found there by Hina Hayata. Kwai was controlling the entire rally though.
Kwai Man still 5 points ahead. No,
Kwai in bit of urgency.
now 4 points ahead. You may be in a hurry, but don't just change gears there, Kwai. Can still coast along at the third gear.
Kwai just mentioned she got the game. She's just mentioning that you allowed me to put foot in the door. Now I am in your home. Leading with 2-1 now.
Yes, gone up 2-1 there, Kwai Man, the world number 5. In fact, there's an update for everyone. At the end of week number 42, coming into this competition, Kwai Man was ranked 5. She has moved up 1 spot. She's at 4. The world number 4, I should correct myself. Now, which of the two coaches will be more worried? But the answer to that is very simple, or rather I'd like to reframe that question. Which of the two coaches will have, as we say in India, the lethal weapon to change things, or the Brahmastra as we say in India, in Hindi?
Right now the tide is in favor of China. Even in the starting of the second game, you could easily see that Kwai was not so sure, but Hina Hayata with the 3 back-to-back and 4 back-to-back points allowed Kwai to gain quite a confidence there.
when compared to each other, Kwai Man doesn't have as much experience as Hina. Hina has played 563 matches, Kwai has played 336, both left-handers. This time, Hina gets that point early in this match, in this game.
Hina Hayata will have to give her everything she has got. She has to apply mind, she has to apply power.
Just hits her head a little bit. What have I done here?
She's saying, why don't you hit it aggressively? I guess you already did that. Maybe the timing went a little wrong though.
Another point, moves up to 2-1. Well, interestingly, I'm just seeing a couple of kids just gather around the Japanese contingent with the men's team there. Those notepads have come out and autographs are being taken.
Yes, and that he is. Sunsuke Togami giving autograph right now, cheering up Indian young kids.
Well, I thought today's Gen Zs and Gen Alphas will only go for selfies, not autographs. I thought autographs were a thing of the past. Just got big on her.
Now it has become anybody's game. Hina Hayata is in a self-talk. It's okay. Come back from your loss. Oh, luck. Tough luck.
It looks like Tomokazu Harimoto exhausted all of Japan's luck yesterday. Because the moment Wang Chuqin got that luck in that fifth match, on that fifth game, to turn things around for China, I think that is where Lady Luck has decided to be on the Chinese side and wear the red jersey.
Oh, Hina Hayata with that stroke, the way she waved, literally played like the chopper friend she has. The score was locked at 3-3. Now it's Kwai leading by 1 point. A beautiful flick there. After losing to that point, she found it confident to play that stroke.
Good service, very good service. She put a little bit more effort onto that one.
Yes, with every 1 point, the tension is absolutely crackling in the table. You could see fans are silent. Quite a dominance there. Now, after a long time, Hina Hayata got an opening there and she closed this time with a power stroke. She turned around.
Kwai Man just getting a bit of encouragement as she is trailing now, leading overall 2-1 in this match. Hits that out wide. Now Hina Hayata just has to focus, because remember what happened in game number 2. She was up 9-5 and then she allowed Kwai Man to come back. Oh, hits that out. The match started with a lot of action around the net. Then both players moved and took their positions a little bit away from the table. And Hina Hayata, well, it looked like Kwai Man was actually the more dominant of those two in that rally.
That was quite a marathon of rally there. Kwai was absolutely in control of that rally with a deep slice, and that to a power backhand. She was on top of the ball, on top of this point. She knows that she's leading by 2-0. This match, this game can write a new script for China. Hina Hayata again losing on to that forehand. Kwai closing the lead, 7-all. She's leading by 2 points. A new service, reverse pendulum from her arsenal. Well picked up by Hina Hayata.
Yes, that was some good judgment there by Hina Hayata. She's fighting. It all depends on these next 3 points for Japan. China still have the cushion of that one more game, and with that thunderous forehand moves up to 9, and she exults because she knows how critical this is. That's just gone off the net.
I love the way Hina reacts. Every time a ball is trying to land on the table, she leans on to the left hand side.
A high toss. Gets the serve right this time. But Kwai Man is consistent, and with that consistency, she's now equalized at 9-all. 2 points away from the title there, China. It's championship point. Championship point. Kwai Man, cool as a cucumber. If the Japanese hopes were rising, she is here to thwart them. The class of China gets the better of Japanese grit. The Japanese dream of back-to-back titles has been thwarted here by a classy Chinese unit. A performance that they will be indeed proud of when they reflect on what they have achieved. A team comprising of the world's number 1 to number 5 have achieved what they had set out to when they came here to Bhubaneswar. Wang Manyu, Sun Yinsha and Kwai Man turned it on the big day. And there's a standing ovation for a team that is pure quality. They are the trendsetters. They are the leaders in the world of table tennis. Japan can be proud of their effort. They've really fought their way into the final. But in the end, China were better.
Read more about table tennis on my blog, pingsunday.com. Get free ebook and coaching advices. See you in the next video.